All right, guys, I think I am live. Let me just post these on the page so that everybody is aware of what's going on. Oh, post. Let me also go there. Sometimes it's not, Facebook is not the tool. I don't know if you agree with me. Bear with me for a second. I know that can be very boring for you guys. It was not supposed to be that way. Okay, almost there, post. Yeah. So, guys, first of all, some news, okay? I know the background here looks always terribly busy. I know that this room looks terribly busy. It is, because I know this is a jacket. This is a jacket I've been using this week. So it's just attached on the locker, on the closet. There you have so the blue one is my 3D printer, and there you have the violin, my son's violin. I have my drone, my new drone. Here you have a few shirts, and there you also have a bunch of bags that I use when I travel. Now, to highlight, because hopefully you can also see the lighting. Lighting is the lighting is like in this room. So it's just a bulb. It's just a bulb that's hitting on my bald head and reflecting, so you can see also not the nice shiny object that it's my head, of course, but you also see a reflection here. Probably you're seeing that. Well, because I have taken the decision to transform this room. Now, it won't happen tomorrow. The goods still need to arrive. Actually, to be precise, I still need to order them, but my target is to order them this week, so that by sometime next week they arrive here, to have a fully fledged studio for recording here. When I say fully fledged studio for recording here, I mean really a proper background, a proper seat, a proper tripod, proper microphones, proper video and audio equipment. So in a way, you know, I'm finding my own way. So this is to tell you that I've taken the decision that I will bring forward my activities as a YouTuber, but YouTuber would be minimalistic. No, I cannot boast the thousands or the millions followers of subscribers that other really successful vloggers have. But my intention is really to post regularly, and to post regularly about digital marketing subjects, my interviews, so to use it for my interviews whenever possible, and in general to present also reviews about products and services, and even offer some one-on-one consultation using that. Why did I take that decision? For two reasons. First of all, because I really believe that that's going to help me being more effective. You know, being more effective, meaning that when I have the sense that I'm coming home, and I think we probably all have the same feeling, when we're coming home, we feel like we're unwinding a bit. We are letting off the steam go, and it's the right thing. It's good, because home is well, home is home, right? Home sweet home. It's a safe place. It's the safe place where we can vent. We can really let the steam get out. Where we can really be ourselves. When we can go around naked if we want. When we can wear all the sort of dresses that we would normally use when we are outside. You got me, right? So the meaning is that our home is our place. We can be whatever we want. This feeling, though, and the essential part here is that I want to transform my home environment more into my work environment, but the kind of work that I want. So instead of just bringing old books and stuff, and by the way, this is another reflection, you know, that might not seem like too much, and many are just out there. Oh yes, by the way, these are lovely. I don't know if you know them. I just discovered them here. It's not an advertisement. Stuff there. My guitar, my Ferrari. Yeah, that's the only Ferrari I can afford for the moment. I'm working to change that. But essentially, I want to make this a more pleasant place for me to come and really act more professionally. And that would help me. So take myself, speak into this camera. It would be a better camera. So you would see a better myself. I will probably start trimming my beard. I cannot grow hair, but I can also trim that, the head, background, which in turn, from time to time, I will change the color of. I want suggestions from you guys, but most probably I will start with black just to make sure that I stand out. You know, I want to do that is because the image that I will give out is going to be more professional. So I want to start with two things, actually, espouse two adages. So one is Start with the End in Mind from Stephen Covey. I know he mentioned that in his outrageously famous book, The 7 Habits of the Highly Successful People. And I think it's true, right? So part of my end, of the end that I have in mind for myself, is really being able to use these, the laptop and any digital channel, anywhere I am, but especially my place, to be myself and offer services, offer my digital brand. That meaning that I can offer webinars, that I can offer one-to-one coaching, that I can offer trainings, that I can offer masterminds, right? And just getting in touch also with you guys, or simply shoot a vlog, or whatever you want to call it these days. The other reason is because, you know, when people, then if we want to make it a profession, right? Build a business here. I'm building a business. This is not a hobby. So I want to be committed to that by saying, without spending a fortune, let's make sure that I treat these hobbies seriously enough so that I operate it like a business. But more importantly, also there's the other side of the coin. The other people, you guys, and the others who are the folks who are on the other side of this screen, and that will have to become, sorry, it's terribly warm here, guys. So sorry, I'm sweating. Will have to become customers. They will have to be convinced that this is a professional service. By professional, I don't mean the Ogilvy kind of studio. I cannot offer that, and it's not my intention. By professional, I mean somebody who knows stuff and can really offer professional value to their own needs, from you know, again, I repeat myself, coaching them, or offering, you know, just a cozy place to reflect and interact. That is working, that can work wonders. Just imagine when you, for example, are going to, I shouldn't say that, right, because I'm lacking my hair, but I would be the first to tell you, what if you go to your barber, to your barber shop, and your barber is bald? Now, would you give him credit? Probably not, right? Not too much, unless something happened afterwards. And then, of course, I'm not saying judge a book by the cover, entirely not. But that's what we human beings do. That's what we do constantly, every day. You see all sort of statistics out there, and it'd be interesting actually to have somebody here that's more expert than I am at these, because I read a lot of stuff, but I'm not into the real expertise of the psychology of meeting people, actually studying these things. But I mean, numbers that you can easily find on Google are saying that we probably make an impression out of a person, and meeting that person the first time after the first 7 seconds, the first 10 seconds. So what is that impression? That impression is given by the message, the voice, the tone, the movements, the image. Of course, our eyes, we are capturing with our beings much more than we can rationalize. But there's a lot of things that our brain is capturing at the same time when we are evaluating, and we're not doing that consciously. Actually, it's a combination of conscious and unconscious, but there's some things that we are unconsciously evaluating, some things that are really relying on our own biases. And it's a good exercise, for example, to work on our bias. I would just give you an example here, and you can try it for yourself, but follow me here. Some of you might already know it, some others may not know it, but it's an interesting thing to work on anyway, to demonstrate. So the purpose of this little exercise that I'm going to propose to you in just a few seconds is to make you aware of your hidden biases. What are hidden biases? Well, hidden biases are things that, if you think about it, you would say, I don't have them. But there's actually many occasions in our everyday life where we get our biases out, we let them out, and we don't even realize it. So let me start. So, and there is two people. There is a father and a son. They are in the same car, and they have a crash. So the father dies, and the son is actually brought to the hospital to undergo a surgery that would save his life. All of a sudden, the surgeon enters the room, sees the boy on the table, on the operation table, and says, I cannot perform surgery on this boy because that's my son. So the question to you is, who is the surgeon? I will give you 5 seconds to give me a reply. You can post the reply down there before I give you the answer. Okay, you could have paused this. In any case, the surgeon is the mother. Obvious, right? And yet, I have tried it. You can try it with yourself, and you can try it also with your friends. How many people would go and say, oh, God, so that's the... I've heard them all, right? So what's the problem? That's also the father. Other people are telling me that's the grandfather. So it was so easy to say the mother. I guess still today, no matter for... This is a clear example of unconscious biases, right? And this is related to gender inequality, where we still have, no matter what, and I'm not saying that everybody does, but a large number of people out there have these unconscious bias, meaning that they don't perceive anything bad about being female or male. It's just the way we are wired, the way we are brought up. Some cultures even, you know, that it's so difficult for people with these kind of background to automatically come up with the idea that the surgeon could be a woman, so the mother of the boy. And yet, you know, this is a powerful exercise. The powerful exercise reminds us every time that we need to keep working on ourselves to make sure that we, first of all, become aware of our unconscious bias, and then we work towards actually eliminating that bias, taking action, taking specific actions. So why did I come there? Well, I came here because I wanted to let you know that whenever we are meeting somebody, offline, online, even just on the phone, we're just looking at the picture of a person, we are actually automatically formulating an opinion on this person. And an opinion on this person, follow me here, because this is quite subtle. It's not just an opinion in terms of bad, good, married, non-married, children, non-children, rich, poor. I'm just going with extremes here, right? And by the way, it's a proven fact that we do that we tend to form those opinions around people, smart, not smart, picture, but on whether or not we can trust that person. All of those elements tie up into saying, can I trust Luca? Can I not trust Luca? So the first impression is really very, very important. So thanks to those of you guys who came up with this feedback for me, that I should really work to improve the quality, to step up with the quality of the material that I am producing, especially the audio-video material. And it's true. So I recognize in these whenever I'm seeing these. Unfortunately, these days I can only shoot these videos when there's no more much natural light left outside. You can see here for yourselves, there's not much natural light outside. I need to rely on these unreliable bulb, and they're clearly insufficient. So I will work here. By the way, question for you guys, if you have any opinion, if you have any suggestion as to the kind of equipment that I should purchase, that I should procure, especially talking about what camera, so DSLR, for example, or bridge DSLR, or a camcorder to use, or a mirrorless camera, digital camera to use, I would be really, 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 grateful. Of course, I have a limited budget, so please take that into consideration. If you come about with names that are above $500, I will look at them and say, yes, nice, but I won't afford that. Now, it's not because I don't recognize the importance on investing. So I take this very seriously also from another perspective. So I'm taking this very seriously as an investment in myself and in my business, right? So if I need to spend a couple of thousands, I will. Although I think there's also the reality check coming in, right? So I'm not a professional vlogger. I want to start getting into not just the habit of doing things professionally, but also in giving a professional image of myself. Remember the unconscious bias that I talked about before. And this is also very important for me to do in a gradual manner. So like my golf teacher, actually, this is opposed to what my golf teacher used to tell me. My golf teacher used to tell me, Luca, why don't you, and then I tell you why he suggested that. He suggested, Luca, why don't you, buy for yourself a nice Christmas gift this year, a new set of golf clubs. And not because he was getting a commission or anything else, but because that was his way of telling me that I needed also, that I could procure materially some motivation to improve, to go more often to the golf pitch, to the golf course, and play better, right? And honestly speaking, I think there is a part of truth there. So what I mean is that when treating things seriously, when investing time, effort, but also money, I guess that we're complementing all the different factors that make not just a successful business, but something that we really want to see succeed. So how many chances are there that just by using a mobile phone, I can come through as professional? There will be many occasions where I still will use, especially when I'm on the go, the mobile phone. And I think it's great, to use, especially to give that personal image when I'm walking, when I'm showing things around. And still, there needs to be also a moment where and this is valid for us all guys. So it doesn't matter where you are, whether you are into videos or not. But by the way, let me know what you think. Well, are you into videos? Are you not into videos? Are you planning to be more into videos this year, these next weeks, months? Because I intend to make it a fundamental part of my journey and of my digital branding. Just FYI, since I'm sharing things with this group, I am also enrolled into a course, a digital marketing course. And I can tell you that this digital marketing course from the Berkeley University of California is actually very, very insightful. And I feel I am a better student by also doing what I've been doing, what I'm doing. Sometimes actually finding myself providing feedback to other people and having people actually asking me for suggestions. And yes, also when it comes to to videos. Why? Because that course, the first thing that the instructor of that course asked us to do was to shoot a 2-minute clip of ourselves to introduce ourselves to the rest of the class and upload them on YouTube. Something that it's easily said and done, at least for me nowadays. It wasn't as granted a few months back, but now it is. And I could see that many of these people, many of my fellow college students there, are not used to that. So I can provide already value also in these aspects. So what I'm saying here, I know I'm just going from left to right here, is don't underestimate the skills, the expertise that you're accumulating by doing what you have been doing for the past weeks and months. This is the demonstration that there are people out there for whom this expertise is going to be valuable. There is a target audience, a target niche for you, for us all. And it's also about understanding that, and it's also about understanding how we can use that opportunity to create something that is going towards the creation of our business, right? In my case, how am I going to use my blog? By the way, thanks, Janine, especially for telling me this week that I have a very nice presence without or with glasses. And I told her I need to get rid of the glasses sometimes because I have too many reflections on my head, on my bald head, on the glasses, whatever. But I do really appreciate it. It was not expected. And it's good to hear the feedback. So this is also to the other side. Guys, share the feedback and ask for feedback. Be avid for feedback. Feedback, first of all, from your peers. So people like me, like Janine, like the others out there that are undergoing the same journey, that can really tell you what they believe you are doing right or less right, or that you could improve upon. And then also open up to critiques from your prospective customers and your leads. So I already shared this week in a quick video, in one of the mornings video that I shot while I was going to the office, that one of my leads unsubscribed in a very ungraceful manner this week. And, I understand everything. We're all human beings. We're all having our issues at times. We're all having our difficult moments. Finding these a very growing and experiential journey also from a leadership perspective. Because I believe that, at least this is valid for me, but I believe this is also valid for most of you, right? We are sharing these, most of us who are doing this for the first time. So building a digital business from scratch, coming from different trades of business, that we are managing ourselves better. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that if somebody had come back to me with that sort of approach, so this guy literally just wrote me a message in reply to one of my automated email marketing messages, unsubscribe me. It's impossible. I've been trying to unsubscribe. I've been sending you messages for the last 6 weeks. If he sent me messages, apologies, I didn't receive any. But anyway, without saying hello, hi, please, goodbye, not nice, right? So we're trying to build a report here, a human-based report, which is the right thing to do. Some of these people, some people in general, are really not into that. All they want is something quick, easy, quick and dirty, that don't even let them have any human contact, right? So I replied back to this person. I told, hi, Mr. S. I'm sorry, you know, I was not aware of your messages, but anyway, there is an unsubscribe button, this big, at the bottom of each email you receive from me. So you just click there and you should be automatically unsubscribed. No, it's not true. Again, just reiterating. At that point, I mean, there was no, but I replied and said, listen, okay, you know what, I can unsubscribe you, but then I also would like to understand from you if you can share any feedback as to why you're unsubscribing, as to how I could improve on your view. You know, the person didn't answer. I just unsubscribed her, this person, and it is as it is. Some people will just offer you feedback. Some other people will tell you more than you want to know, but I guess these are the people you want to listen to. I think we need to look at the extreme users. If you are all familiar with the bell-shaped curve, it's also called the Gaussian, from Gauss. That's the uniform distribution or normal distribution. The parts that we really are learning from, making a difference, is these two tails, left and right. And so the extreme users are the one who really have something to share. What's the point in actually listening to the feedback of people who are on the norm, who are just going with the average, that are okay? You know, there are no offense with these. I guess, you know, for many things, I am just average, and I just say, you know, yeah, it's okay. It works like me. It works for me. So, for example, these days, I have to be very honest, it was different years ago when I was younger. But nowadays, if I take a phone, for example, I don't care if it's the shiniest model. I just care that it's nice, that it works fine, there is a clear reception, that I can take pictures, that I can shoot videos, that there is a clear connection with the Wi-Fi or the mobile network in general. But other people, so I would not be a good candidate, right, to provide feedback on a phone, because those are standard characteristics of a phone. The people you would want to hear from are the people who are going to use extremely, right, your tool. What I mean extremely, I mean, for example, on the example of the mobile phone, being on a mountain and actually using the mobile phone as a video equipment to share images with colleagues here and there, or journalists, for example. I think these kind of extreme users, and their feedback is extremely valuable, because by getting their feedback, you're actually going to not only expand and act on it, you will not only expand on the base, the target base that you have for yourself, but you would also consolidate user base, the belief and the trust that there is in you. So this, in short, has been my week so far. I will still need to work on some of the assignments, and there is a very curious and nice assignment I'm going to work on tonight as part of my course, digital marketing course with the University of California, Berkeley. And it is about using Twitter to reach out to influencers. So in short, the goal of these assignment is to have the students, is to have me reach out, identify a few key influencers, reach out to them, and obtaining an answer. This is actually easier said than done. It's also not that difficult if you think about that, because at the end of the day, digital channels are what we are also using to build our business. And so we should know, we should not just preach that, we should really be aware of that, that there's human beings on the other side. So this is also posing a question. How are you using the digital channels that we have available? Are you posting like crazy? I mean, I've seen some of the influencers, and of course, they're not just every half an hour going there and posting things themselves. But what are you using Twitter for? What are you using LinkedIn for? What are you using Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube for? You need to be very aware. We need to be very aware of how we are using each platform, how, the way, with which frequency, and with which goal. In my case, this is an interesting exercise because I have to be honest, I don't use Twitter that much, but I'm finding it more and more intriguing when it comes to reaching out to people directly. And I'm really talking, I mean, I could write a tweet to Obama. I could write a tweet to, okay, maybe that was a wrong example, but to virtually anybody who's having a Twitter account. So this is great because then you can, especially when you're trying to build your digital brand and you're implementing the digital marketing concepts and you're teaching and preaching the digital marketing concepts, if you reach out to influencers with those channels, you also get a great traction, possibly, to your content. And you manage to establish some sort of relationship. Okay? So guys, I know these, I originally told you that I would have posted the link, the Zoom link. Apologies, I didn't. To update the link on the event side of the group. And I will, from now on, mostly use Google Hangouts because I think it works like a charm, and it uploads the feed directly to onto YouTube, which, honestly speaking, at the moment is what I am doing. The next step for me, just to keep you informed, the next step plans is to keep working on my influencers, build listing, pipeline of interesting, I hope, interviews with them, or audio video interviews that I will post, and then also the audio version that I publish on my podcast that you can find under NH2BE. And on the other side is also creating some specific video courses that I'm going to most probably publish on Vimeo, right? For obvious reasons of quality, confidentiality, and the lack of disturbances sometimes, like it's on YouTube, when it comes to the ads coming up, which is also a very interesting phenomenon. It's a paid service, but I think, I have a lot to gain from that one. So guys, let me know what you think. I know that it's been busy. I've been sending you messages on messengers. Some of you have replied, some others have not. Is this useful? I would really like to get together with you on a bi-weekly or more. If you suggest weekly, you're open for a weekly conversation basis, and I will start reaching out to you even individually more often. I know some of you have answered that it's great. Thanks, Luca, for keeping the lights on. We really need this. We need to get together. I've been busy. I know that happens. Life gets in the way. I know we are not all in the same time zone. I know that there's people in Asia Pacific. I know that there's people in Europe. I know there's people in North America, in Latin America, in South Africa. I would say, guys, we can find a way. Not having time is an excuse. We need to make the time for something that we value. So if you don't find the value, I would rather have you say it and either work with me on creating this value together, because essentially the group is only as valuable as we are going to make it. And on the other side, if you recognize that there's not something for you, opt out. I don't have any problem with it. I don't take it personally, and I would rather have people who help me build something that's of value for me, for them, for the larger audience. All right, guys? So something is boiling. So look out for the big makeup, the remake of the makeup that I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks. And, also the interactions that I'm going to post. And I believe that we're going to start some interesting sessions with some of you soon so we can get the momentum. Last thing that I'm saying is, guys, post a quick video of yourselves. Just take a picture. Just take your mobile phone and upload it here. 30 seconds. Say, hey, guys, I am Luca Icari. I'm here because of this and reason, and I want to achieve that. It's great. You get to be known from the others, and it's a much more natural way of communicating these days. By the way, I would like to build a community, so don't feel like you're obliged to post. But again, what are we using Facebook for if not for engaging in meaningful conversations, at least using this group? All right, guys, again, let me know what you think. Is this useful? Give me your feedback and post your material, post your videos, post your questions, post whatever you're having problems with these days. I really mean it. I want to give a personal perspective to this, also combining it with the creation of our digital activities, okay? So all the best, and I will see you soon here on Not Here to Break Even with a different background, I promise, but making this group great. Bye, guys. To your success.